Leap of faith.
Leap of faith.
We have a guest here today.
Hi.
She's kind of quiet.
Yeah, this is one of my friends. You want to introduce yourself?
In character, outside of character.
In out of character. We kind of like teeter on the fourth wall here and there.
It's my favorite place to be.
Well, I don't have a name for my pony, so my name's Amy.
There we go.
There we go.
And she'll come into the sketches later.
Later.
Yeah. Whenever we get those up. We still got to record the pilot.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, back to this episode, which I actually looked back into the episodes to see how many we had left, and I completely forgot about this episode when we were going through it.
We skipped the Applejack episode, folks.
We skipped the Applejack episode. We skipped her key.
Pretty important, but...
And pretty much you guessed the plot literally within the first 5 minutes.
Yep. I also want to point out the fact that Applejack shows up like 4 times and the rest of it is Granny Smith and Apple Bloom. So yet again...
The Tarnic!
The Tarnic!
The Tarnic!
Tarnation! I like Granny Smith, though. Granny Smith is great.
Yeah.
The great Granny Smith.
Great Granny Smith.
I did bring up a point here. Was her name Granny when she was a child?
That's a good question.
She was doomed to be a granny.
I think kind of all ponies are.
Just like my birth name is Roger, and I was doomed to be a douche.
I don't know, I'm still curious as to what the female-to-male ratio is in Equestria here.
See, the thing is, I've thought about this. I've noticed there are more females than males, but it seems like there's a level of equality. Like, it doesn't really matter in this universe.
Yeah, like a good majority of the named ponies that we've seen, like, just the background of the fandom,
yeah,
it's pretty split.
It's pretty well split.
Yeah, like even in the merchandise, the random background characters that they actually bothered to name the licensing, it's pretty split 50-50.
50-50. Tacos.
I mean, a little more teetering towards the girl side, but gee, look at the target demographic.
And they completely missed that target.
Oh God, by a long shot.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
We got one here that's just a little closer to the target demographic. Who's being silent.
Yes. I'm a quiet person, I'm sorry.
You have anything to say about this one?
The green stuff, what was it again? What was the drink made from? Apples and what?
Apples and beet leaves.
I thought it was weed.
It was...
Didn't you make that joke too?
Yeah, I think, well, what I was saying is, it's a miracle cure that cures everything, makes you feel younger, makes you feel better. It's weed. It's marijuana.
And note how this was season 4, episode 20.
Oh my God!
I just noticed that actually.
So episode 420, FiM and Flam are selling THC juice to people.
Production code 420.
I hope they did that on purpose. You know what? I'm not even gonna hope. I'm just gonna assume
we gotta
they
throw
did
that in
on
our
purpose.
fear and loathing.
Episode 420.
In which,
Flam.
Yeah, I have the full dare ready if we don't actually get it out for February 20th.
You already have.
We go down wearing brony t-shirts, carrying plushies of our favorite of the main 6.
Does it have to be the main 6? Because I want to carry a Luna plushie.
Okay, whatever random thing that you want to carry,
Okay.
But it still has to be pony related, and it still has to be in your hand.
Well, obviously.
Can it be Flufferpuff?
Yes.
Yes.
What, are you joining in on this dare?
Maybe.
Actually, she could be the hitchhiker on the way to Las Vegas.
That's true.
I mean, we haven't figured out who the hitchhiker would be. And
I wanted it to be Derpy originally.
Yeah, we kept saying we wanted a female for that.
Yeah. Either I was thinking either Derpy or we could get one of the people in the community like Silver Quill to do it.
Yeah, Silver Quill being on it would be fun.
But, he's busy with being, trying to learn how to fly without flight animation. Try some of Flim Flam's Miracle Cure. Can you say what I was trying to say, please?
Flim Flam's Miracle Tonic?
Yes, find some of that, Silver Quill.
Yeah, the song's not as catchy as Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000.
I noticed you weren't...
Wow, oh my God, I got that out in one go.
Super Squeaky Kicker Snipper. Yeah, Cthulhu Fatani.
Do you want to try that one?
No.
Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 2000.
6000.
Hey, Soof. But, overall...
If I had any amount of energy to actually bother, I would animate that that face hoop. Although I am actually going to be making a new picture for this now.
Cool.
Now that we got through with Rena being in it. The audience is going to see it long before this is actually mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah. You made a pony out of Rena.
Yes, I made a pony out
Has
of
she
Rena.
seen it yet?
I have not. I don't even think she knows. She knows about the YouTube channel, but she really does not care. As a matter of fact, she still is kind of laughing at the fact of
I think deep
we
down,
are two fully grown men sitting here watching a show about cartoon ponies.
I have to say, I think deep down she likes it and won't admit it. Because remember, she said, I like the little rhyming zebra.
Uh-huh.
And you remember initially when I would
she
admit...
said she liked Fluttershy too. Fluttershy's her favorite character.
Really?
Yes.
After what she said about Fluttershy?
Yes.
What episode was that of our vlogs?
I think it was the critter setting episode. I can't remember the name off the top
Spike
of my
at your
head.
service.
No, that was when he was in the life debt to Applejack.
Spike.
No, it didn't have Spike's name in it. It was, I can't remember.
Well, anybody watching?
The audience will know.
I just want to apologize again for that. I'm sorry, Fluttershy. I apologize because I know
You
Rena
refused to
never will.
watch that one.
I won't watch that one.
You refused to rewatch it for review.
Fluttershy is a very close second to my favorite. Okay, and you don't say
It was
mean
number
things.
one.
I'm staring at you because you already know who number one favorite is.
In the main six?
Yes, in the main six.
Rarity?
Pinkie Pie.
Oh yeah, Doy.
No, Rarity's my third favorite.
Heck, you can't beat a polka battle against Weird Al.
Not really. Now, we all know who my favorite character overall is. There's no need to go into any detail there, but...
You have a little shrine in Minecraft to her.
Shut up.
You little waifu.
Watch that or I will light myself on fire. In your house. I'm the only thing fireproof in this house, people.
I got a bucket.
Okay. Just
I got a bucket. Woona.
that's all I have to say about that. Moving on. That was a fart noise, by the way. Or a raspberry.
A raspberry.
A raspberry.
But yeah, just... Why did they have to make her an old Aquabat pony?
Old Aquabat.
That's what they called them or something.
The Aquabat Super Show. That was a reference. I didn't even catch it.
Was that?
Yeah, you know the Aquabats?
It sounds vaguely familiar, but
Okay, they're this band. They're like a joke band. They just
Wait,
have
were
fun.
they on Disney Channel?
The Aquabat Super Show? Yes, it was. They were a band first, I think, though.
Mid to late 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely remember it, but I never watched it.
They did a show in which Strong Bad came on, and they all performed Trogdor.
Are you
Trogdor
too
was a
young for
man.
that reference?
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Okay, we definitely have something to watch
Okay.
after we finish this.
Okay, I feel old.
I'm timeless, so I don't. Trogdor. You never played Guitar Hero 2?
I have.
It was into Guitar Hero 2. It's from a website called Homestar Runner.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, everyone's
it was
heard
an
of
old
it at
Flash
some point.
animation series. It
Strong
was
Bad.
around the same time that Foamy the Squirrel was.
Oh, okay.
It had the armless guy in the red shirt with the white star on his shirt,
Yeah.
and then the guy who
I
wore
do
a
what I'm
wrestling mask
told.
that everyone would send him emails asking how he typed with boxing gloves on.
Okay.
I want to see your skills of an artist. No, my favorite is Strong Sad.
now we get some consummate V's here.
Consummate! I said consummate!
Consummate V's! I said consummate V's! Strong Sad was actually my favorite character in that, regardless of how pathetic he was.
Do you remember the caffeine episode?
I feel great! I feel great!
I can't remember my legs. Parakeet.
Did you just say parakeet? Oh god, I remember every week tuning into that series. But anyway.
I discovered it towards the end.
Okay, we're
sadly.
forgetting about this episode again.
What else is new? It's Applejack. You know what we should have done? We should have done this whole vlog talking about completely random stuff.
Right? What about Lyra in this episode, though?
01.
The 01, and she realized it's upside down.
You know, I never got all the fandom around Lyra, but that I enjoyed that, and that made me like Lyra a lot more. That was funny.
Have you heard the Anthropology song yet?
Of course.
How many times have you listened to it?
Twice, and I don't want to listen to it again because it'll stick in my head.
Human beings fascinate me, being just the way they are.
I need to smoke.
Tell me.
Should I talk like Sean Connery for the rest of this? Are we just... We're just doing things here, aren't we?
Pretty
It's
much.
Applejack. It's really hard to stay focused with Applejack. She's so dull.
It's hard to stay focused on... Honestly, was this really a lesson that Applejack needed to learn?
Honesty?
Honesty is the best policy no matter what, even if it helps.
Yeah. No, I disagree with that, actually.
You disagree?
I think that in some cases... Well,
You think that Discord's little lesson to her when he twisted her was a better lesson? Sometimes a lie is easier to take?
Yeah, and I don't mean like exactly what she... Well, that could have been so much better. Like, she just said random lies.
You had the idea
It's so much easier to see.
you had the idea of sometimes a little white... Like how Fluttershy learned sometimes you gotta be cruel to be kind. Sometimes you gotta...
You know what? I'm gonna get
sometimes
philosophical
you gotta lie to get... to make things better.
I'm gonna get philosophical up in this piece. Plato. Plato had a little writing about what he called the noble lie.
Are you talking about the Republic?
Maybe.
If only we had Rena here for that one.
I just really know the noble lie because I heard it from Bubbles and Trailer Park Boys. Plato's one of the smartest motherfuckers I've ever known. But
The only saving grace in that show.
Bubbles is my favorite, so I can agree with that.
Trailer Park Boys.
But Bubbles said that basically what the noble lie means is if you tell a lie and it actually helps somebody, it actually improves their life, then it's okay. And I think that's true here. Look at Granny Smith. And, you know, it would have been nice. It's fine that you're going to reveal later that it wasn't that and that it was all in her. But this lie was actually a good thing because it showed her that she could still do these things.
Kind of like a little white lie can help you push your way.
Yeah. No, but my main idea here is that it showed her that she can still be awesome. Oh, God, now I sound like Rainbow Dash. It showed her... Okay, well...
Awesome as I want to be...
Okay, well, let's talk like Rainbow Dash here. That tonic showed her that she could still be awesome, and being awesome is the best thing ever. She was 20% cooler in this episode.
At least you didn't go the friendship is witchcraft route.
Applejack, how'd you get so small?
Nah, have you noticed how she always says her name during that series?
I forgot about that.
Oh God, you actually found that funny.
Granny Smith was so rainbow in this episode. She was dashing all over the place.
Watch it. I got a Sharpie and I'm not afraid to throw it.
I got fire, and I'm not afraid to light myself on fire.
I got a bucket.
I got
a Titan.
Good idea. But
Actually, I don't have a Titan.
I agree with Plato on this one. If you can help somebody by telling a harmless lie, you should. Yeah, reveal later, and I liked here how they revealed later, and she was still doing these things. All it really did was show her that she was still...
Yeah, I would feel that would be a better lesson that she got, but instead they went with pure honest route.
Yeah. Well, Applejack, I think they just tried to get this episode out of the way. I don't even think the creators like writing for Applejack.
Honestly, she stayed the same from the very beginning of her concept.
Mm-hmm.
She has always been an earth pony. She's always been an apple farmer. She's always been a family girl.
Oh God, I'm so glad they changed the colors for some of those concept characters.
What, like
Rainbow Dash or Firefly or whatever her name was.
Oh, what about Surprise?
Oh dear Lord.
And what, you didn't like the white coat?
No.
Yellow mane?
It was just weird. What color was Rarity then? She was blue, right?
Really,
it just looked like a negative picture of them.
I can't remember what color Rarity was. I have a feeling she was generally the same as well.
Was she?
I know that Fluttershy stayed the same, like still had the long mane, the long tail, but she was an earth pony instead.
And I'm glad they changed that because it made her more...
It definitely adds to the idea of, Pegasi do fly, but they
Fluttershy looked the same. Applejack looked the same. Rarity was blue with, with Twilight's current mane color.
Let me see. Oh God.
What the hell?
Amen for changing Twilight. Although, interestingly enough, have you noticed that that's the same design her mother has?
Mm-hmm. I did catch
Except
that.
fewer stars.
I'm really glad they changed Rainbow Dash. I mean, look at that.
That's actually I've seen a comic that uses that character.
Firefly? Is that the name they used?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I remember that?
There was General Firefly in
Oh, yeah.
the history of the Wonderbolts.
So that's her ancestor. What if those two are related?
A lot of people make that have that idea. But I think we've seen Firefly in the background a few times. I'm not entirely too sure. I'll have to even go back and look for her.
Yeah. Maybe it's her long-lost aunt or sister or something. I mean, have we seen Rainbow's mother? I know we saw her, what we assume was her dad.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to really hide the fact that that's not her dad with him having the same colors in his mane and the same coat color and a similar cutie mark.
Could have been her older brother.
Could have been, but I like the idea that it's her dad. Because it was a very young, like, pre-cutie mark Rainbow Dash.
Before she started dashing all over the place and being Rainbow.
I'll light you on fire.
I just tried to do that to myself. Do you think that really bears any threat? I lit myself on fire 6 times last week.
I have a sword on the wall.
How sharp is it?
Actually, I wouldn't waste it like that. It's an antique.
And like Granny Smith, circling back to My Little Pony.
Yes.
But I don't have a lot to say about this episode. I'm not a fan of Applejack.
What do you think of the key bearer, the key giver this time?
I saw it coming, actually.
You saw it coming that way?
At first I thought Flim and Flam, and then I saw him doing all this. I'm like, yeah, it's
Yeah, they get away without learning a lesson again.
I don't think they ever should learn a lesson. I think they're more fun if they don't.
Really?
Yeah. Because they really never did anything that was really all that bad.
Do you think they're doomed to come back to Ponyville?
Yes.
With another new scheme?
Yep.
Do you think they'll fall for it again?
Yep. Or it could just be a little cameo where Applejack comes in. You really think these guys are not trying to scam you? And they all just walk away.
Yeah, they have to make a cameo in ours.
Yeah. All I have to really say about them is they seem pretty harmless.
This is a pretty basic snake oil.
Yeah. Snake oil.
I
or
can
THC
understand.
oil.
As kids, this would be an entirely new story, but we've seen this one a dozen times already.
The snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
Dr. Nigel West Dickens. Have you played...
I don't think I know that one. I've heard plenty of others that, albeit I can't recall off the top of my head.
Red Dead Redemption.
Actually, I'm ashamed to admit I haven't played that game.
Oh, you need to play that game. It's brilliant. The ending was just unbelievably hard to watch, though. It was good, don't get me wrong, but it was really hard to watch. It was really, really dark.
Yeah, I'm under a rock when it comes to video games. I only have my PC to play on, and...
I'd lend you my Xbox, but my brother has bought it. Trevor. If he doesn't give me the money soon, though, it may still be up for grabs.
By the way, what Brian say about me possibly getting his PS2, or is he not selling it?
I think he forgot, because I forgot until you just mentioned it. I'll bring it up to him when I go home.
Alrighty.
But circling back to My Little Pony.
Yeah, circling back to this.
Random discussion for the episode.
We've been on 18 minutes, and I don't think we spent,
It's hard to stay focused on Applejack.
4 of those.
We found out that Big Mac's thing is a flotation device.
Yeah, it floats.
What's that thing called?
It all
Bindle.
floats.
Granny Smith, grab on! My bindle doubles as a flotation device.
I'm not sure if it is called a bindle. I just know that it's what they use to attach it to attach a horse to a plow.
But random discussion for the episode. Of the main 6, which gaming system do you think each of them would pick out of the current generation?
Twilight would totally be a PC gamer.
PC or PS4. Some of the PC gamers also double on PS4.
I have the strangest feeling that Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash would actually play the Wii.
Oh, Rainbow Dash would be playing the Xbox 360. If you've ever seen the people who play Call of Duty online for the Xbox 360, that's Rainbow Dash in a nutshell.
Yeah. I think she'd be played 2 consoles.
I feel
Fluttershy would be playing the Wii, definitely.
Oh God, yeah.
And she'd try and get Rainbow Dash in on it.
Yeah, and Rainbow Dash would probably be like, "Don't tell me when I'm playing these silly what's the word? These cutesy little games here, okay?" Like games like Pikmin
and she cheers
stuff.
every time she bowls a 300.
Yeah.
With perfect accuracy.
20% more accurate.
What about Rarity? PC?
I think Rarity would be a PS4 person.
PS4?
Or PS3, Sony. Because it's more expensive.
You think Twilight would be alone on the PC bandwagon?
Yeah. Who else is there? Pinkie Pie plays Wii, obviously. Because it's a party console.
Oh, good God, it's so hyperactive.
Applejack plays board games.
Yeah.
Big Mac plays
Applejack
Xbox
plays-
360.
Applejack plays Dungeons and Dragons. No, wait, hang on. There's an actual name. There.
Stables.
There's actually, yeah, there's an actual name. Stables and something. It started with an L.
Do you have the comics in there? You carry them everywhere you go.
Yes, I actually do read them at work, and most of my coworkers actually don't think anything of it.
I don't know, when my coworkers...
I don't know, when I actually mentioned the fact that there's parallel universes in the fourth volume, in volume 5, like they actually expand on it, it made one of my coworkers who's really into Batman, that's actually how we started getting along at work.
Well, most of my coworkers found out I watched this show, they just said, I'm not surprised. I had one coworker say he wants to watch it too, but I don't think he'd want to be on the vlog. I don't think that he's interested in being on the internet.
Let's see.
Nay anything.
Nay anything.
Why would they reference say anything though? Is that
I don't
really?
know, we gotta do a vlog or a review of these.
Yes, I have so much more to say about the comics than I do of any episode of the show.
Especially just the fact of, they made Shining Armor a D&D geek.
That made me like him a lot more. I still think his name is utterly stupid though.
Knight in
Shining
Shining
Armor.
Armor.
I feel like if him and Rocky met, Rocky would call him Shiny all the time.
Actually, that's what his mom calls it.
Really?
Calls him. Yeah.
Probably gonna make fun of him then. Come on, Shiny. Don't call me that.
Obliques and Ogres.
Obliques.
Yeah.
Shiny.
That sounds familiar,
That's
but I
funny
can't
to me now.
remember what it means.
Obliques. Isn't that like part of your fat muscle? Fat muscle? Love handle
Oh, no, I'm
obliques?
not sure. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
His mind brain is going to explode! His mind brain? How did Shining Armor end up at the head of the castle guard if he played D&D?
Actually, if you pay...
I'm just going to call it D&D.
Actually, if you pay attention to, like, just between panels, they do show books. He is studying how to be a royal guard at the academy.
Takes more than study. It takes free cheese.
Yeah, it's in the quotation marks in that panel.
Hey, it's that nerdy guy!
I think his name is... Shoot, what was it? I'll have to look in there again.
Do they mention the classes or anything?
Shining Armor plays a paladin, of course.
Of course.
But they don't mention anyone else's.
Yeesh.
But yes, how would you pronounce that?
Turpy's on the front.
Yeah. How would you pronounce that one, though?
No idea.
I honestly am going with Obliques and Ogres.
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 I am an ogre!
But yeah, getting back onto Applejack here.
She has a great family. That's all I have to say about it.
Mainly the lesson she learned. Like, we still have a lot to say on that.
I feel like she learned the lesson wrong.
I think so too. Do you think she was worthy of getting her key?
No. I think the lesson is, yeah, tell the truth in the end.
Okay.
But if you can help someone with a lie, again, Plato's noble lie comes in here.
Now, let's see what the heck the keys are so far. We got Rarity with a spool of thread, Rainbow Dash with a badge, Applejack now has the bit, Fluttershy with the flower, and what am I forgetting here? What am I forgetting?
Rainbow Dash. No, you said Rainbow Dash.
Pinky.
Pinkie Pie, the
How
rubber chicken.
could I have forgotten that episode?
I've
It's
been
my
doing
favorite
that
one in the
lately.
series.
Yeah, it was a good episode. My favorite in the series, it's hard to say actually, but we'll discuss that when we finish the vlogs. We'll have a
I
discussion.
don't know,
about
you
our
did
favorites.
kind of say that I was a pretty close favorite there. Well, Pinky Pride.
Pinkie Pride.
Pinky's Pride.
Which one was that?
Weird Al.
Oh, I thought it was under a different name for some reason.
No, it's called Pinky's Pride.
Yes. The Pinkie's Pride Parade.
Best episode. Not just because of Weird Al, but oh my god, the energy of that one.
I still have to say...
Yeah, Weird Al was a big part of that because,
Yeah.
well, I've seen him in
I'm not even a
concert.
huge fan of his, and I have a lot more respect for him after that role.
He was the first celebrity to come out as a brony.
Did I tell you the story of how I met him on the bus?
Really?
Yeah, no joke. He was on the bus.
Oh shit.
He was on the bus. I saw him. I'm like, you look really
Oh yeah,
familiar.
you told me this story.
Yeah. I talked to him for a minute. I'm like, well, I'm sure you don't want to be bothered by random fans. And he said something like, oh, no, I love it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No, he's a pretty approachable guy. He is.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan at the time, so I was just like, oh, hey, nice to meet you.
You just probably talk to him as a normal person. Celebrities love that shit.
Yeah, well, that's how every celebrity I've met, that's how I've been. I met Ozzy Osbourne. I just said, hey, your music's great. I'm going to let you smoke. He says, oh, thanks. Like, really. And even the Nostalgia Critic, all I said was, Nostalgia Critic. He says, fan. And I'm like, I like your stuff, but I'll let you get to what you're doing. He's like, thank you. Like, really, to me, they are just people. It's their work I respect. Them too, of course, because they're the ones who made it, but they're just people.
Hey, eventually we'll be our own content creators besides us rambling with a still frame.
That's a song, isn't it? Still Frame. By Trapped. Oh god, that band is a flash.
Because I'm breaking down.
It's the only time they say the F word, too.
Oh, yeah. Is it?
Yep.
Really?
Yep, that's the only time I've heard it anyway. I've only listened to that album. They're really a flash in the pan.
Wow.
You know what makes me sad? Do you remember Future Leaders of the World?
Honestly, I don't remember much of Trapped outside of that song.
They had some really good ones in that album. They really did.
Yeah, I know I heard some others, but I can't remember any of the others off the top of my head.
I have a bunch of tapes from The Edge. They used to play like bootleg concerts.
Nice.
I have a bunch of bootleg tapes somewhere because I used to have a tape player and I used to record them. I have one of Trapped. I have a Tool one, actually.
Nice.
I wish I could find that one. I wish I could find any of them. I have a tape player again.
Anyway, do you have anything else to say about this episode? Because I'm pretty sure the audience is...
I'm sure they're enjoying our rants. Otherwise, they wouldn't be watching our episodes.
Oh, no. I've actually been looking at the retention, and we don't seem to hold an audience that long.
I'll make it happen.
You will?
Excuse me. Yep. But about this episode...
So are you going to subject people to the Ludovico...
To the what?
To the Ludovico technique?
That's the Clockwork Orange thing, right?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Time down in the chair, hold their eyes open, watch the ponies.
Watch the ponies, watch the still frame, listen to us ramble!
And they will come out severely psychologically damaged bronies.
As they go deaf every time you scream.
Oh, they'll be wearing headphones.
Oh, God.
Freaking fine!
Yeah.
They'll walk out.
If you actually do go back and watch some of these older vlogs, be careful when you... Yeah, be careful at the very beginnings, because if it's a Pinkie Pie episode, he's likely to scream.
Now remember, you remember Luna Eclipsed, right? Now imagine if I was a Luna fan then. Imagine what would have happened there.
I'm surprised he didn't squeak during Some Pony to Watch Over Me.
Look, you just respect the character, okay? That's a character you just respect.
Hey, you heard me squeak over Dr. Hooves.
Dr. Hooves is awesome.
He even had the 3D glasses.
I have 3D glasses somewhere in my house.
Why haven't you, have you used those for Minecraft?
See, the problem is with those kind, with the stereoscopic ones, this eye barely functions, which results in terrible depth perception, which gives me a headache when I use that kind of 3D.
You should toss them my way so I could try it.
If I find them, you can have them.
Alrighty. I honestly got nothing here.
Really, I keep going off subject here, because Applejack is just so darn uninteresting.
Yeah, the episode was so...
It was about Granny Smith as far as I'm concerned.
Your phone's ringing.
That's mine.
Ah.
My phone's always on silent. Literally, always on silent.
And it's not an area code.
What, private number?
No, I just don't know who that number is.
Nah.
Outside of the area code?
Yeah.
See, when I answer the phone for people I don't know, I always say, Satan here, how can I help you?
I have to be careful with what I say when I first pick up the phone, because if it is a number that I don't recognize, it could be easily someone else from the agency I work for.
That's happened to me before with work. When Nick called me, my coworker, my supervisor's name is Nick. Mm-hmm. I'm realizing that might have caused some confusion there. When my supervisor Nick called me once, I said...
Well, I'm pretty sure the audience knows we don't work together. We just hang out and do...
Well, we do work together.
We work together on YouTube, but that's it. We just run my channel.
But he called me once, and I said, "You've reached the phone of Satan. How many souls can I put you down for?" And he just starts laughing. He's like, "Matt, I'm calling you because I want to ask if you want to work overtime today." I'm like, "Oh, I can't. Sorry." And he just still
I'm pretty
laughing.
sure that half of my... I'm pretty sure...
No, I said Lucifer.
I'm pretty sure that every single one of my coworkers would laugh at it, but honestly, I can't bring myself to do it. Just because I'm stuck in that professional state whenever I answer the phone.
That's the one thing I like about where I work, is you don't have to be super staunch and professional just when you're on the phone. Like, all my coworkers know that I'm a Satanist, too. And none of them seem to care except for the super religious one. And even she still comes by. She's like, "Good morning, Matt." And I even makes like I don't even know if it bothers her actually. So yeah.
Honestly, if you actually look into like the earthly rules and
The 11 satanic
and the
rules of the
11
earth.
sin, the 11 earthly rules and
9 sins.
the 9 sins,
And the 9 satanic statements.
I mean, come on, how can you really argue against a religion that actually says
Philosophy.
you should? Okay, a philosophy.
We don't
that
worship a
actually
god, that's the difference.
Okay.
We don't worship Satan, just for the record.
Alrighty, as I was saying,
Sorry.
how could you actually go against a philosophy, an actual dogma, so to speak,
That's a good
rules
word
to
for it.
live by?
That say don't harm children, don't wanted opinions, don't bother people.
Give not unwarranted sexual advances.
That's one of them. My personal favorite is if you're in open territory and don't bother anybody. If someone bothers you, ask them to stop. If they don't stop.
Lack of aesthetics is a sin.
See, I want to explain that real quick. It doesn't mean you look being ugly as a sin. It means try to conduct yourself in a way that is good.
Yeah, that presents you at your
As
best.
a good person. Be your best at all times. That's what that means to me. But, I'm not going to get on a religious rant here. I'm going to be opening up a channel where I'm
It's
talking
just
about
that they chose a
Satanism,
very... It's just really a matter of... Honestly, there wouldn't be such a blow-up about it if they chose to name it anything else.
If you just call it LaVeyanism.
Yeah, LaVeyanism. That could easily be a much better name.
And I think that's part of the point, though. Part of the point is to go...
To look beyond what you expect.
Exactly. That's one of the
To
main
actually
principles
go in and do
Satanism.
your research.
Do your research, learn what it is, and I think it's another thing to deter people who are super religious. Because we're not religious people at all. We're spiritual. But to deter people who are going to treat it like it's a religion, I think that's why LaVey used the word Satanism.
Yeah.
It's really not a devil worship. It's not Satan worship. It's just a word. It's a philosophy to live your life by. A good one, too. Of course I follow it, so of course I would say that.
You have anything to say to get us off the tangent? Or
Sorry.
lead further into it?
About My Little Pony? No.
About anything.
I have nothing to say.
Rarity's a Satanist.
She is?
I think so. Lack of aesthetics.
Lack
one
of
the
aesthetics
sins.
is a sin.
She's always conducted
Present
herself.
yourself as the best you could be.
She doesn't. You never see her offer unwarranted opinions,
Yeah, she always gives
despite that she has them.
Yeah, she has her opinion. She keeps it to herself, but you can see in her face she has an opinion.
I think a lot of people are Satanists and they just don't know it.
And she doesn't say it until someone tells her, "Okay, out with it."
Exactly. Yeah, I remember when she's trying to drag the Fluttershy's opinion on the dress out. Tell me. That's why I love her.
Oh, and what about Fluttershy's entire reaction to that?
There's an inconsistency there. You remember the episode with Rarity's Key?
Yeah.
Fluttershy's having a hard time sewing. Didn't she just, in that episode, employ a great knowledge of sewing? This should be a blanket stitch. This is obviously machine stitched.
I have a feeling that she's not too good with machines.
Makes sense.
I think she's better at hoof stitching.
Why didn't she ever do that then? It would take longer.
Yeah, it would take way too long for having it be done in one night like Rarity needs.
Well, as I mentioned before, Fluttershy's definitely a druid. Druids are against using technology.
I don't know, maybe she does the
method.
Cinderella thing and just sings so the animals can sew everything together.
Don't make me like Fluttershy less. I'm not a fan of that movie at all. The fairy tale is brilliant.
Forgetting the opening of Philly Vanilli, that was straight Snow White territory.
Sadly. And then Flutter Guy came back. We can't disappoint those little children.
Yeah.
That's what made Fluttershy my second favorite the first time
Amy here
around.
has not really watched any episodes beyond season 2, and I don't even think... You said you didn't even see season 2 all the way through, did you?
Not that I know of. Mostly because, I think My Little Pony's on the hub, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's on Hub Network.
Yeah, I haven't seen the hub for so long, man.
Oh,
Since anime has been around for a long time, I've been trying to catch up on a lot of other anime, so My Little Pony.
We both
Back
were
burner.
into the anime thing way back in the day, but both kind of fell out.
personal favorite's Paranoia Agent.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
But I have to say
Actually, I
though,
don't know. It's between Evangelion and Dot Hack, because Dot Hack was the one that first introduced me further into
Yeah.
anime, but
You have to show for me.
Evangelion was the first box set that I got that started my whole collection.
I do have to say, though, the hub does still exist, but it's called Discovery Family now. They still show a butt ton of My Little Pony.
They actually aired...
It was on this morning.
They actually... What, Rainbow?
No, My Little Pony.
Yeah, they actually aired Rainbow Rocks.
Yep.
Granted, a few scenes cut out, but it was mostly like...
What did they cut out?
The post-credit scene.
Well, that makes sense for time.
Yeah.
I thought you meant they censored it.
Nah, they didn't censor anything, but they just like cut out a couple of the songs so you don't see as much of the battle of the bands.
Can you imagine you push Rainbow Dash so much that she gets so angry she shouts the F word? Rainbow! Everyone's just kind of staring at her. That's terribly uncouth. You shouldn't use words like that.
Now come on, dearie, just let's go to the spa and relax.
And once the name Big Mac shows up, I'll go to the spa with you. We all know he goes to the spa.
Oh yeah.
Sees Rarity every day. Please don't tell anyone. He actually probably doesn't even care.
Tell anyone what, dear?
That I'll go to the spa. Oh, nope. Big Mac. Big Mac.
Yeah, this
Gotta
is the
love him.
fun we have with the random headcanons we have. Right out of the head.
I got a 4-day weekend this weekend. I'm just excited about that. I wanted to bring it up. That's all. But I don't really have a lot to say about this episode. We're going off on more tangents than we ever have because it's Apple.
Yeah,
we skipped this episode.
We've gone way too many tangents now, so I vote we wrap it up. I don't remember what the next episode is.
Tangent, wrap up, tangent, wrap up.
Yeah, I don't remember what the full episode is off the top of my head. Can you possibly look it up real quick?
Look up what? Episode 22?
Yes.
I will do this like the Star Trek people. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Episode 22. A bird in the... No, that's Season 1, Episode 22. Trade ya.
Trade ya. That's the next one. You might have some Zelda flashbacks. Both of you.
Does that have to do with chickens?
You'll see.
If it is
Actually, you'll see, actually.
Is Epona going to be in it? Epona?
Well, it is a world of ponies, so who knows?
I named my horse Corn in that
But
game.
they should put Epona just
I don't know.
in the background.
Do you think we've seen... have we ever seen a background pony with a red coat and white mane? Short white mane?
Probably.
Probably has shown up. I would not doubt if they actually threw in Epona at some point.
See,
Just as a random background pony.
when I played Twilight Princess, I named my horse Corn.
Like, they wouldn't have to name her Epona, obviously, just to avoid copyright, but just to have that color scheme would be enough.
Yeah.
I'd say, I think, you know what? I lied. Twilight Princess was my favorite.
Twilight
Really?
Princess?
Yep.
My
I haven't
favorite
played
is
Skyward Sword yet, Dad.
Skyward Sword's my favorite.
I haven't played Skyward Sword either.
I have a Wii at my house. Maybe I should play it.
You do?
Yeah, well, I have a Wii U, and all I've got the controller, so
Is
it's
it backwards compatible, or...?
Yep. It even comes with the sensor bar
Nice.
that you really don't need unless you want to play Wii games. Although the Wii U is 720p.
Well, how backwards compatible is it? Just a previous gen?
Yeah, it doesn't go to GameCube, sadly. Which is sad, because I have a huge collection of GameCube games, including Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
I still have to play the new Shinji Mikami game, The Evil Within. Really, I think that's... You know what? I'm going to talk about my theory behind that game in a separate video on my channel, because I'll go on for a while.
Yeah. Let's just wrap this up. We'll see you after Trade Ya.
Tangent, wrap up.